Hey guys, what's up? Darcy here at 6 Strings 9 Lives, back for a CD vinyl update. I'm just spinning a little Overkill in the background. I'm just trying to go through all my Overkill studio albums. I've been working on a ranking, and then I'll do a video for it for sure. Probably a couple more weeks for sure. The top part, pretty straightforward for me, of the ranking for Overkill. And the bottom, not that there's a bad Overkill album, because there isn't. But, there are going to be a few that are lower, obviously. So when you have 19 studio albums, this is not easy. It's kind of the mid portion that I'm not having trouble with, but I just want to, wherever I place it, I want to be able to justify to myself of why I placed it there. You know, it is my ranking and all that, so whatever. Stay tuned if you do want to watch that. One of my favorite bands, actually my favorite thrash band for sure, is Overkill. Excuse me. Let's get started on this vinyl and CD vinyl update, vinyl CD, whichever way. I got some of each. Just some stuff that I've picked up lately, and a couple that I've had for actually quite a while. Let's start off with Bullet, heading for the top. This is Bullet's first album, and only their second studio album that I own. And I also have their live album from 2019, fantastic album. There's actually 4 tracks on here that appear on that live album, including Rambling Man, Steve the Headbanging Zulu. You'll love that song, of course. Great album. This one is on, this is my first one from Black Lodge. Black Lodge Records. Bullet is since on SPV now. Their past 2 albums, their studio album, Dust to Gold, and then the live album, which I told you, yeah, if you like some live albums, definitely check out Bullet Live. It is a killer album. Next up, we'll go with, I've had this for a while. This is just a 4-song EP. This is one of those just newer bands that just, you know what, they just grabbed a hold of me and I just love them, and that's Haunt. This is Mosaic Vision. This is a 4-song EP. I believe these are still songs that were left over from their debut album. They got, cool releases. They go album EP, album EP. They're already working on another album. I believe they have a couple of songs out here. So it seems like they're releasing every year, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, here is the CD for Haunt. If you haven't checked out Haunt yet, it's a new wave of traditional, it's just like old school metal. It's just straight ahead, really good stuff. And I did pick up the vinyl for that too. So I'm only missing one Haunt vinyl, and that is If Icarus Could Fly. But I have a good friend who's going to hook me up, and you know who you are. Thank you very much. I'm just having trouble finding that one. I did have it pre-ordered at Amazon one time, and they said, sometimes they just sell more than they have, and then they tell you that they can't get it for you. So anyways, here's Haunt. This one is on, I think it's a nice purple. Yeah, purple kind of brown, not splatter, but just a colored vinyl. There's custom centering, and then if I'm holding that up right there, maybe that's upside down, I'm not sure, but there's the centering for that. And they always send them in a nice anti-static sleeves. Oh, did I show you the back of that? There's the back cover. I love this. It's kind of a matte finish. It's not glossy at all. Pretty cool. Whereas their inner is just super glossy. There's the inner with lyrics, and this is thick. Well done. This is on Shadow Kingdom Records. Again, if you haven't checked out Haunt, do yourself a favor. They're just awesome. It kind of just reminds you of old school metal. Just really well done. Next up, I picked the reissue, the 2019 reissue of Possessed. Beyond the Gates, and this one includes the Eyes of Horror EP. Now, did I ever know about Possessed in the past? Yes, I did. Just never owned any of their stuff, but when I picked up the new album, which, numerous people said, you need to check this album out. I just got hooked, and it's probably, truthfully, one of my most played albums from 2019 would be the new Possessed album. So I thought, I'm going to check out this one, and, I don't own Seven Churches. I don't know if I'll get it, but, this is a good album too, and this EP is really good. But I got to say, from my opinion as maybe a new Possessed fan, the new album absolutely just, I'm not going to say it, it does. It's just, it kind of is way better than this, but this is good. But maybe what I'm saying is the new one is that good. You know what? I'll say it again. You're probably going to see that one on a lot of top 10 lists, top 20, whatever. At the end of 2019, I'm sure you will see it. There is the CD. So this one's a reissue on Century Media. Got a little card in here. And on the back is the original cover of the Eyes of Horror EP. So these have all also been reissued on vinyl. I'm not that massive of a fan yet that I picked up the vinyl, but this is a good start to dig into some older Possessed. Next up, a couple more recommendations. Of course, I know who this is. I know which band he was in before. Didn't own any Danzig, so I picked up the first two. My local record store here in Canada, Sunrise Records, they got these deals, sometimes 2 for 10, really older releases, and just common stuff, and 2 for 20. So I picked these two up for 20. This is Danzig, the debut album. And there is the back. So this is, songs, of course, like Twist of Cain. That's awesome. I'm sure if you know Danzig, you know the song Mother. Very good. This is a good album. I was really happy with it. This is released on, same label as those Slayers, American Recordings. And there is the CD. And I also picked up the second one, which is even better than this one. Definitely love this one. Lucifuge, if I'm saying that right. Danzig 2. There's the back. The CD, basically the same. A lot of these are just look basically like this. I own a few like this. Slayer. I think there's some. I don't know if there's some white or Rob Zombie on this label. I forget. Anyways, just really good album. Killer Wolf, some of my Killer Wolf for sure. Devil's Plaything, Her Black Wings. Really good album by Danzig. So that's the only two I own from Danzig. Maybe you can recommend a few more from Danzig. What's a good point? What's a couple more to pick up? I heard the third and fourth album are pretty good. Past that, I honestly haven't heard any of it. Next up, I was in a used record shop in actually Toronto. I was on a little bit of a business trip, but I had some time to go to a record shop, and I picked up an OG original copy of Quiet Riot's Condition Critical. It has the hype sticker right on here. This thing is in just great condition. This and Metal Health are two of my absolute favorite Quiet Riot albums, and this is it's just in awesome shape. It's on the Epic label. Same on both sides, and the inner sleeve is in just wicked shape. Just really glad that that's included. I mean, sometimes when you find some of these older albums, you just you don't find an inner sleeve in it, or it's damaged. And when I don't find an inner sleeve in it, I'm kind of a completist when it comes to getting an original copy. if I'm going to get an original copy of something, I would like it to be fully intact and have the original inner with it too. So glad that's in there. Cool pickup. This is a newer pickup released this year. This is Flotsam and Jetsam live in Phoenix. This was originally released in, I think, 2004. Now, what tour would have this been on? Probably around the time when Unnatural Selection came out. One of, actually, Flotsam's weaker albums. But this is awesome. It is about as live as you can get. I'll tell you, this is press record, go up and play, and here you go. Here's the album. Really good songs. They got No Place for Disgrace on here, Hard on You. Those are both from the No Place for Disgrace album. Swatting at Flies, Wading Through the Darkness. Those are both from Quattro, I believe. Chemical Noose is the only kind of newer song, and that would have been on Unnatural Selection. Only one song here from their debut, Hammerhead. What else here? We have Me. The song Me is actually from one of my favorite Flotsam albums. Way less thrashy album too, called Drift. The song Me is really good. The Master Sleeps is from their third album, When the Storm Comes Down. Good song too. Anyways, this one is on Rob Blackstar. You love this red vinyl. I know. Everything seems to be coming on red vinyl lately too. And I know Rob showed this too, and I gotta agree, this red on red. Yeah, they could have thought that out a little bit better, but whatever. We will put up with that, no problem. Gotta love Flotsam. What else do I have here to show you? One came in today. This one was super cheap, actually. And if it wasn't, I probably wouldn't have bought it. But when an album like this goes down to about $22 Canadian, I usually will jump on it. Regardless if I need it or not. Maybe it'll stay in the collection. Maybe it'll get sent out as VCLT one day, because I'm more than happy with my CDs from this artist. But when an album comes up like this by UDO, Rev Raptor, like I said, $22 Canadian, you can't pass that up. And the other thing is, stuff on AFM Records generally is a little more pricey. You can catch a sale here and there, but you're probably, if I went back today and looked for this album again, you're probably looking at almost $50 again. So hey, $22 is a bargain. Just love that artwork too. There we got basically the same guy on a couple of their covers, not a lot of them, on Masticutor and I think maybe Dominator. I forget. They don't use this mascot on everything. This is a pretty cool gatefold. I will open this up. A lot of color in here for sure too. There's the gatefold. The only thing that bothers me on this one is, so I'm holding the record like this. This is the only album in my whole collection where it's reversed. Instead of going down to read it, it's going up. It's like those CDs that they flip it upside down and you gotta store your CD upside down so you can read it properly. Whatever. I'll get over that. Let's show you that vinyl. This one came on a yellow vinyl. Kind of a transparent yellow vinyl. This is the only my second UDO on vinyl. I have also Animal House that my good buddy Farley sent me. And there is the center ring, and it's the same on both sides. Another great UDO album. Huge fan. Everything UDO, no problem. Love all their albums. The inner sleeve is pretty cool too. There is the picture of the band kind of in these. There's Fiddy, Udo, Stefan Kaufman. At the time, Igor Gianola was on guitar, and Francisco Jovino was on drums at the time. You know, there's been a few lineup changes with UDO, but you know, just never released a bad album. Just love those guys. And finally, an album that I've been looking for on CD, the remastered version. Just not having a whole lot of luck, and I saw this come up about, probably about 2 months ago, and I just kind of hummed and hawed, should I get it? And it's part of the heavier stuff that I've been getting into, and this is probably the heavy end of what I listen to for sure. The band Death, this band, and I got a couple of Bolt Thrower on order. I'm going to check those guys out. I have been enjoying what I've been listening to of them. Definitely the heavier side of what I listen to, but I picked up Music on Vinyl's Obituary, Slowly We Rot, Roadrunner sticker there, and the Music on Vinyl. Definitely, you know, from what I've been told, this is probably the best of the best from this band. And it's kind of a matte finish, so it's not shiny at all. It's really cool. Yeah, you gotta love this cover. It's that logo is just awesome. And I love how they just show the shadows of the full band on the back here. There you go. And, you know, if you watch this channel, you know I'm a big fan of anything on Music on Vinyl. Just love it. This is just a nice black anti-static sleeve. Do a great job. There is no inner in there, and it's not a gatefold, so I'll just show you the vinyl with the Roadrunner logo. It is just a basic black vinyl, definitely 180 gram, just like Music on Vinyl does. And definitely happy to have that in my collection. I think there's only, you know, a handful of Obituary albums that I'll buy. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, you know, since watching videos and things like that, I've really kind of branched out a little bit. You know, I'm deep rooted in 80s metal. You know, I grew up that time period, but since then, you know, I've expanded. I love the power metal, thrash metal, just metal in general. And that's why I'm here. Just love talking metal with you guys, and love meeting you in the old comments section. That's definitely a highlight for me. Anyways, that's about all I've picked up lately. I do have a few more things on order, and a couple of grails that I've got a hold of, and hope they come soon. I'll love to show you those. And yeah, you know me, just want to get on here and share some music with you guys. And like I said, chat in the old comment section. But until next time, stay heavy.